Hi everyone, I am Sailor Solitaire. Welcome to your mid-July 2017 tarot reading. This is really exciting stuff. This is the mid-month of the mid-year. And I hope that you're all doing well. We did just have a full moon in Capricorn. And I feel like that was really good energy for a lot of signs. For me personally, I have my moon in Capricorn in the 6th house. So it was a bit, cathartic, to say the least. And now I do feel like, things are looking a lot more positive, a lot brighter. So hopefully you guys are riding that same wave as well. If not, stay tuned. We'll see what the rest of this month has in store for you guys. So don't worry. And if you haven't already watched your July 2017 tarot reading, don't forget to watch that. I will link it at the end of this video as well as in the description box below. As always, I hope you guys enjoy this reading. I hope you find value in it. And let's get started. Alright, Tauruses, let's get right to your mid-July reading. I feel like it's kind of been stagnant for you guys. Not much has been going on, and I feel like maybe you guys are wanting something more exciting to happen in the summer for those of you in the northern hemisphere. But I think a little downtime is good, so I wouldn't complain. But let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. The first card is the overall indication, all the energies that are going to be prominent for you guys for the next couple of weeks. We have Three of Swords. Okay, so maybe some of you have been spending this downtime and taking a break from everything because of some recurring feelings of hurt. So something you can see, obviously, is a very dramatic card. I do feel like when the Three of Swords card shows up, normally it's something fresh, like a fresh betrayal or heartbreak or something like that. But for some reason, I feel like this is something old, something that is kind of just resurfacing, so it's cycling back around. I do feel like a lot of karmic lessons are being learned by a lot of the signs, and there's just something in the air, I guess, something in the stars that is just bringing back all these intense emotions of past cycles of things that we learned in the past, maybe some things that we pushed aside or that we didn't really want to think about, and now they're coming back. And it might not be consciously on your mind. It may just be something like changing your mood subtly and making you kind of bringing you down a little bit, and just these negative emotions that you're used to feeling or that you have felt in the past. But obviously it doesn't really make you want to go out and do things and to be positive. It's kind of, even if it's not totally taking over, your whole attitude, your whole mind, it is kind of there in the background, kind of, just lingering in the background. So, for some of you, this may be necessary for you to kind of just readdress those problems and to really hash it out, sort out all the issues surrounding that, so that you can work on actually letting it go. It does take a while. You may have to do it little by little in cycles, and it could take a lifetime really to get rid of these emotions, these lessons that you've learned, because they do get imprinted not only in your mind and your memories, but in your heart as well, and that will show up with your mood and how just a general subtle feeling of your mood. So don't be discouraged. I do feel like it's not going to be like a fresh wound. I don't think so. It's not so sharp of a pain. It's going to be something that's kind of there. It's just going to bring you down a little bit. But let's see what the rest of the cards have to offer, because obviously we don't want this kind of gloomy feel to be the entirety of the rest of the month for you. So the next card is something that you guys should take note of, something that you may be missing, that you should be aware of. And we have King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the King of Wands is fire energy. This normally has to do with a Leo. And so maybe you need to pay attention to a Leo in your life, or if some of you do have Leo energy in your own birth charts, this could be referring to you and your energies. And some of you may be needing to pay attention to where you are faltering, where you are not really being true, 100% true to yourself. Okay, with this King of Wands in reverse, this could be indicating somebody who is overly arrogant, like cocky, overconfident, and somebody who is maybe expecting too much from the world or from themselves, and that's why you're, falling back on this, on these negative emotions. You guys are like getting disappointed all over again. You guys are kind of setting yourself up for that disappointment. For some of you, this could very well be indicating somebody else. And when this King of Wands shows up, this could be Leo, male or female, but this could be anybody with a dynamic energy to them, charismatic and really charming. And maybe this is why you're heartbroken. Maybe they kind of swindled you into thinking that they were in it for the long run, or that they were even interested in you. Or this doesn't have to be romantic, although I do feel like it probably is. And so this is somebody who maybe you found out that they were kind of seeing other people, or they weren't really serious about you. This is somebody who is almost like a con artist type of energy here when this card is in reverse. Obviously the traits of a Leo are very positive and very magnetic and fun to be around, but in reverse, this is like somebody who is just almost too vain, like narcissistic, and they could have been stringing you along. So maybe instead of, blaming yourself with the Three of Swords, not to blame somebody else, but maybe look at how, it really isn't your fault. This person is maybe not so nice of a person. And if you do have them on a pedestal, kind of take them down a notch, because when you actually look at their actions and who they are as a person, they may be, charming and maybe good looking on the outside, but really inside, they're probably not a good person. So I don't feel like you need to waste your energy and your mind, your heartache, and your emotions on them. So something for you guys to maybe internalize, something for you guys to meditate on. This is general advice for you. We have Judgment. Okay, so I did have a feeling that this card would show up. It's been showing up a lot this month, and this to me has to do with just, again, karmic cycles kind of wrapping up or rearing their ugly head again. This is something that, not to make you feel like helpless or anything, but this is kind of just the natural cycle of life, and it's something that you kind of have to ride out the wave. You have to, ride the ups and downs of what's going on. And I do feel like this is, when this Judgment card shows up with the Three of Swords, this is indicating that, this is maybe a lesson that you really need to learn, and that like life is just throwing it in your face, and maybe you're refusing to learn. Maybe you're just, wanting the easy way out. You're not really wanting to put in the work or the effort to heal or to, accomplish something. This could even be disappointment in terms of where you are in life. So school, work, maybe with your family, you're not, with a partner or something, you're not really making progress in a way that you want. But this could be because you're not willing to put in that work, and you're refusing to learn from the past, learn from your mistakes. And this Judgment card showing up as well, to me, this is like if, you having to face the music of something. So maybe, again, with this King of Wands in reverse, this is like you need to just admit that this person is not right for you. This person was playing you the whole time, something along those lines. And also in terms of career, this Judgment card could be indicating that a decision is going to be made maybe something that you have been waiting on. And so maybe some of you who have been spending that downtime right now just waiting on something, this is like, you know, the decision coming through, and it's like, have you been doing everything that you can to ensure that the decision is going to be in your favor, or have you just been kind of, you know, expecting things to happen without actually, you know, making it happen for yourself? And finally, we have the outcome card. So this card is just a potential outcome for you guys. And we have the Three of Wands. This is a beautiful energy. Wow, this is amazing. So this Three of Wands is like the visionary card. This is, you know, threes are pretty balanced. We have equal input from feminine and masculine energy, and it's just a good mix, a good balance. It's not overly passive and it's not overly aggressive as well. And so I do feel like, you know, with the Three of Swords and this King of Wands, these are kind of opposing energies here, like a very passive, you know, victim mentality almost. And here it's like the exact opposite, the exact extreme end of the spectrum, where you're like, you know, king of the castle and you're exerting your dominance and your power over other people. And, you know, as advice, Judgment is kind of like reminding you to remember that your decisions will have consequences, and that what you're doing now, you know, where you're putting in the effort or not putting in the effort, that is going to directly determine, you know, how the results of, or the end result of what you're going through. And so obviously this is, you know, this is nothing new. This is just the karmic order, the natural order of life. And so I do feel like here it's like it could go one way or the other. You have this, you know, super passive energy, kind of like a retreatful kind of energy, and then here you have just a brutal, almost tyrannical energy. And with the Three of Wands showing up as your outcome, this is really beautiful energy. This is a balance. You can see here this person is just resting at the top of a cliff, and she is, you know, taking a break. She's almost like, you know, taking time to smell the roses. And she has this crystal ball here, and it's catching the sunlight and it's reflecting, and it's really going to be showing her the way. Crystal balls, you know, this is a Crystal Visions tarot deck, and crystals have to do with vision, with you being able to see, you know, where you are, where you want to be, and finding a way to bridge that together to kind of close the gap in on that. And, you know, it's obviously not like an immediate outcome. You have to kind of project into the future a little bit, but at least you have a clear idea of where you want to go, and you kind of have that insight, that vision to, you know, give you that edge. She is up here on top, you know, she's looking down on the road, and she has a very observant quality about this person. And it's very much like, you know, you are taking that time to, you know, observe and to learn, and to just, you know, regain your energy and maybe brush up on some skills. And, you know, it's like you've been waiting on, or like you don't really know where to go, you're kind of lost, but then you kind of just take a step back, clear your head a little bit, and then you get, you know, a sign, or you get some sort of information, like a, you know, download from the universe, where now you know exactly how to get to where you want to go. And it's just a beautiful feeling, like this rush coming over you. And now it's like you don't have any questions anymore. You're just, well, obviously things are uncertain, but it's like before you were worried and you were all panicky, you know, you were beating yourself up, or you were going to the other extreme and you were kind of just overcompensating and feeling like you needed to put on a show for people. But now the Three of Wands is like just chilled, very mellow energy, where it's like you have something up your sleeve, you know where you're going, you have that vision, you have a plan, and you are just about to set it into motion. And good things will come. You know, I feel like you are utilizing this Judgment card advice, and you are, you know, putting in the work. You're not just, you know, going to expect things to happen. You're using your resources here. But at the same time, it is going to be, you know, still a long road ahead of you, but it's good. You know, it's not something that is completely out of your reach. I do, again, feel like you have that vision, you have it in sight. Like the finish line is very, very close to you, and it's very much, you know, within your reach. You just have to, you know, walk a balanced path towards that finish line. You don't want to be going to the extremes here of, you know, laziness or passivity, but at the same time, you don't want to, you know, trample on people to get where you're going. This Judgment card is going to make sure that, you know, whatever line, whatever path you take, that, you know, it's going to lead you exactly to, you know, what you've chosen based on your decisions. It's not going to take you to the finish line if you, you know, are not making those necessary steps to get to where you're going.
So thank you very, very much for watching. I'm going to keep this short. And I just want to say thank you so much to all the people who have been watching me, commenting. I love hearing from you guys. Some of you have been here since the very beginning, and this is great. This is really exciting. I hope that you guys continue to find value in my readings, and that you are inspired, you get some insight from this, and that your lives are ultimately a little bit better and brighter because of it. So again, if you haven't watched your July 2017 tarot reading, watch that. And of course, if you haven't watched your other signs readings as well, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever sign you identify with, please check that out as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay beautiful. I wish you so much love, peace, strength, and joy, courage to be who you are and to be unapologetically who you are. And I love you guys so much. Thank you.